Being the oldest, I was trying to cram 45 years into a 5-minute speech and figured I can't do that. So instead I found a poem that really just kind of fits my personality. How do we let a mother go? How do we let a mother go? How do we say, I am ready now to go on without you? How can we ever have a clue of what that really means? And of a sudden, that moment is upon us, and there's no turning back. And then we know what grief is, and guilt, and the love and the things that are undone. Try to prepare, and we will fail in some way. But it's subtle or looming. But there's peace. Peace and acceptance and overwhelming love that we maybe weren't aware of. Waves and waves of conflict, emotion and laughter too, and memories that we hadn't even bothered to really recall until we're with shared company. It is all about you, Mom. And then there's gratitude, so much of that we had you, such a wonderful mother, bright, shining, nobody's fool, independent, but humble too. Smart, kind, fun, and adventurous. A part of you has passed away, but much is carried every day with us and will as long as we are here. This may be a final tribute, a day to celebrate your life and say goodbye, but it's not final. Every day I will celebrate you in some way, just by the virtues on how you shaped my life. And I can't even read. What's the point? The absolute and incredible fortune that I knew you as a mother, as a friend, and as a woman. Thank you.
Hello, hi. Thanks for being here today. Whew, it's been a long day coming. It's a good day today. We finally get to memorialize my mom. This has been a lot of work going into this, and I'm really proud that everyone can be here and share with us. One thing that I want to share specifically about my experience being son of Sally McDonald was how she took giving to a whole new level and how she loved the Christmas season. One year recently, she explained to me and my siblings that back in the 70s, we were recipients of generosity that she could not repay directly. For a few years back then, anonymous gifts were placed on the door on the eve of Christmas. This giving was a tremendous help for her to make the Christmas day, especially for her children, really, really great. She did not know who could be so kind, who could give her children's gifts every year after year in the way that they did. Now we know my mom always was one to be seeking understanding of everyone she knew, seeking a deeper level of meaning about who they were. That seeking played a part in all of her years, and especially years following in generosity. Year after year, Christmas was held in a really high regard in her home. And it was the giving season. My mom helped me understand this especially when she found people, complete strangers, to give gifts in my name. She did this once. One year, she was actually shopping for me. She was at Home Depot, and she was looking around, and she just couldn't find the gift that quite fit. And so there was a young lady named Rosemary that was helping her shop. And so, in this process, she began to learn who Rosemary was, as she did everyone she talked to. So you see, Rosemary was a mother of 4. She had a terrible childhood. She was a victim of abuse. She loved her children very, very much. And while talking, they discovered a common ground. She had a 10-year-old son named Robert. And as my mom went on about me and how I had some brand new puppies, Rosemary laughed and said, "My son loves dogs, and in fact, he wants to be a veterinarian." She didn't know how that would happen, but she did say, "There's always hope." My mom, at that point, had found the perfect gift that she wanted to give me by giving to Rosemary instead. She walked away and came back to Rosemary moments later and slipped a couple $100 in her apron, gave her a hug, and then left before Rosemary knew what she gave her, how much she gave her. Now I know that we all think about how we have given to others, how we've paid it forward, done good deed, given to others anonymously. But one thing my mom leaves with me, as well as some of you, is how she could do these things with such a grand and inspiring way. I hope to live the rest of my life in the way that she would want me to. Thank you.
Hi. I am, like Rob, I'm so grateful all of you are here. And I know my mother is sitting there going, why are all of you people here for me? I did want to share when I woke up this morning, my first thought was, well, Mom, today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. And that was the first thought that I had this morning of her. And again, I just wanted to thank all of you for being here. Our mother was no different than any other mother. She did what she had to feed us, clothe us, protect us, and shelter us. She gave us safety, comfort, grounding, values, respect, love, and understanding. Our mother had strength, heart, and soul. She taught us from right and wrong and to follow our hearts, not to judge others, to believe in ourselves and in others. She taught us it was not the number of times we fall, but the number of times we get up. It was not the event, but the outcomes that define us. And what is today is not tomorrow. She taught us to think outside of our box and to set our sights high and to follow our dreams. She wanted the best for us and supported us in our lives as well as our dreams. Our mother was insightful. You could talk to her about almost anything. You just had to be prepared for her response because she was self-taught and well-educated. At times, her knowledge of things were very scary and intimidating. She knew things before they even happened, but was always there for us, good, bad, or indifferent. She always saw the good in us even when we could not. She loved her children and her grandchildren, Haley, Cassidy, Braden, Noah, Grant, Brooklyn, and Sophia. Mimi will always be here for you and loves you so much. She always said she was living for her grandchildren because she knew their children and they were going to need her. This is very true. But nonetheless, our mom was just doing what moms do for their children and grandchildren. But our mother is Sally McDonald. Sally McDonald is an extraordinary person. Sally McDonald loved people, loved astrology, loved politics, and working for things she believed in. She loved learning and was good at it. I'm almost certain my mother knew something about everything. Sally McDonald was an expert in life. She believed it was not what you could take, but what you could give. She believed in her heart, and her heart believed in her. Our mother was a spark, and Sally McDonald was a fire. She believed in people, and people believed in her. She was humble, graceful, and powerful, and this world is a better place because of Sally McDonald. She changed so many lives and believed in so many people. She saw your hearts and truly loved all of you. Wow, my mother is Sally McDonald. We are all better people because of you, Mom. You gave us so many gifts, but most of all, you gave us you. Thank you. We love you. And Mom, you will be seeing me at the top of my mountain. I love you so much, and thank you for you. Thank you, everyone.
First, I want to thank everyone for coming today to honor our mother, Sally McDonald. I'm pretty certain if my mom was here, there's two things that she would comment on. First, she would insist on knowing when she passed. As you know, the time to my mom was very important. Second, as my sister alluded to, she would be very shocked at how many people are here to honor her. See, my mom never understood the impact that she made on people. Yet, the impact was long-lasting and on many, many people. I started a new job about 6 months ago, and I was recruiting for a key position within my organization. I reached out to a couple of people, and a woman responded and said, I might be interested. So I gave her a call. We talked for about 5 or 10 minutes, and I realized pretty quickly that she may not be interested in the opportunity. So I asked her what she thought about the job and what we discussed. And she said, Tim, I just need to be honest with you. I was looking at your LinkedIn profile, and I noticed that Sally McDonald recommended you. And I just want to know how you know Sally McDonald. I laughed, because this has happened many times in my life. And I was honored to tell her that that's actually my mother. And luckily she wrote it in a way that didn't lead on that was my mother. And she went on about how much of an impact that she had made on her life. And how much she cared for my mother. I believe to really understand my mother's legacy, you have to understand us four children. I believe that my mom raised us in a way where she knew that we would need each other after she was gone. And she raised us and gave us characteristics of herself through the years. My sister Amy, the one that I call the matriarch of the family, the one that we call for motherly advice, and the one that we called to hear a soothing voice on the other line. My brother Robert, the silent partner of the group. He doesn't say much, but when he does, we listen, and when he leads, we follow. My sister Katie would give the shirt off her back for anyone in this room, or anyone outside this room for that matter. And then me, the youngest, the one that got away with everything, the one that wants things to get done as quickly and as efficiently as possible and wants people just to get along. Now it is up to us four, to pass my mom's legacy onto our children and to stick together through the tough times. And then for me personally, what I'm going to miss the most with my mother are the late night phone calls. See, for me, my mother was 24/7. It didn't matter what time, didn't matter who she was with or what she was doing. If I called, I wanted her to answer. Sometimes it took 5 times in a row, but eventually she would answer. And the best were the ones around midnight. I would call my mother, wake her out of a dead sleep. Is everything okay, Timothy? Of course. Why wouldn't it be, Mom? Well, honey, it's midnight. Oh, well, I just got done with a football game, and I thought I would call you. So she would now she's realized not only has her youngest woken her up out of a dead sleep, but she's about to be engaged in a conversation which she has no interest in, football. As she would indulge me. How did you play, Tim? Did you get hurt? Did you win? And inevitably it would lead to family, job, politics, and conspiracy theories. About 45 minutes, I'd pull into my driveway. I would say, I'm home, Mom. I love you. I'll see you soon. Wherever you're at, Mom, I hope you're writing your star. I hope you find the time to visit me and my dreams. You're home now, Mom. I love you. I'll see you soon. Thank you.